Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave, and tonight I'm going to give you a bit of a news update plus a bit of a reveal on my next video. Currently, I'm off sick again with my elbow. I'll find out how long for tomorrow when I go visit the doctor. My wife has COVID. I am still negative. I did have my 5th booster last 2 weeks ago, and it seems to be that booster is keeping me from contracting COVID, because the first time we had COVID, I slept in this room on that bed there, away from my wife, and I still contracted it. Anyway, we shall see. So far, 4 days in fact, and I still haven't contracted it. I'm still negative, so still no symptoms. Alright, so my next video, what's that going to be? As I've already posted on the channel, it's about replacing the wallowy, horrible shock absorbers on my car. When I first put the car on the road, I lifted the back end with higher springs. I was given a couple of shock absorbers by the guy, Rob, who I did his car, and they're TJM shock absorbers. Not the best in the world, but they're not bad, and they've done me well for 2 years. I still think that they're okay. However, my front shock absorbers are probably bog standard. They have been replaced at some point, but my car's getting really wallowy. So I find it shakes about on the road a bit like this. I thought new shockers are in order. At least that way I know how old they are when I put them on, etc., etc. What can I say about the shock absorbers I went for? Now, my son Rob has got Bilstein on his car. But Bilstein is $1,200 for 4 shocks, and that's a lot of money. But the shocks I bought weren't as expensive as that, but are classed as one of the best in Australia. And the shocks that I bought are Tough Dog. And here's a couple of the boxes. They're empty now, and as you can see, the different sizes. You'd think that this would be the rear shock and that would be the front shock, but that's not true. This is the front shock, this is the rear shock. And I'll show you the shock absorbers. So I'll start with the front one, and there it is. That way up. Tough Dog shocks. They come with a protective boot that goes on there. Once you've got this off, you take them off. The boot goes over there, sits on with a zip tie, and then sits on over that there, and you've got your protective boot. This slots into the top. You all know what's going with that. The rear shocks are blinking huge. Look at them beasties. So I've pulled these apart. Now I can't do this very well because of my arm, but I pulled them apart there, and you can squash them quite well. So they ain't going to be that hard to fit. They're going to be good. Now what these are, they are foam cell shocks. Now the reason I went with foam cell over nitrogen shocks is I didn't want adjustable shocks, first of all, because the adjustable shocks, I remember seeing a Top Gear episode with Richard Hammond talking about how shock absorbers are adjustable and everything, and he said, what you do, you end up adjusting them and ruining everything, and it just doesn't work. I decided against adjustable shock absorbers for that reason. So it was nitrogen or foam cell. So what's the difference? With nitrogen, you've got nitrogen obviously in the shock absorber itself, and what can happen is if you're using them and you're doing a lot of up and down work off road or something like that, the oil that's inside can get quite aerated, and it reduces the efficiency of the shock absorber because it's obviously the oil is foamy, and until that settles down again, it won't go back to its normal operation. To alleviate that problem, you get foam cell, where you don't get that problem, apparently. Now, the reason I know this is because PEDA's website has got a video on foam cell shock absorbers, and that's what they explain. And it eliminates the foamy oil, so they don't have that problem where they stop working as efficiently. Tough Dog. Every review I looked at for shock absorbers, not every manufacturer makes shock absorbers for the Jackaroo. There was a couple, in fact the rivals of Tough Dog They don't make them, but Tough Dog do, as do Bilstein. The difference between Bilstein and these is about $380. So, in fact, it's more than that. It's $580. So, I paid in total, including shipping, for these $740. So it's $460 cheaper, isn't it? 740, yeah, something like that. The big issue with these shock absorbers is they won't send them to your house. They'll only ship them to. I picked them up from Tire Power in Pakenham, and the guy rang me and he says, "I've got a note here saying you've got some shock absorbers being delivered to me." He says, "Do you want us to fit them for you?" I said, "No." I said, "It's Tough Dog, and they'll only deliver to certain organisations." And I said, "You were the nearest, so I picked you." And he goes, "Oh, that's okay. It's not a problem. You can more than welcome to come and pick them up." But when I asked Tough Dog why they do that, they said, "Well, some orders are quite large, and they turn up at your house, and they need a forklift to remove them, and there's no forklift available." And my answer to that was, "I've never seen a forklift at Tire Power." Anyway, they didn't bother to respond to that bit. And then I said to them, "Hang on a minute, I've paid for the postage. I'm not buying guns here, I'm buying shock absorbers. So why are they being sent somewhere that I'm not? And why do I have to expend more energy and money to go and collect them because you won't post them to me?" I said, "Since when has 4 shock absorbers required a forklift truck?" No answer. So I said to them, "I'm going to be doing a review on these, and I don't think my viewers are going to be very happy when I tell them that if they buy Tough Dog shocks, they've got to get them posted to the nearest Tire Power or somewhere like that." They haven't answered that question, and I'm sure they're probably not going to. But anyway, these are 41mm foam cell shocks, the big one, the front ones, and the rear ones are 41mm foam cell as well. So there you go. You're now as aware as I am as to the shock absorbers. So they look pretty good. I reckon they're a lot beefier than the ones that come as standard. And also you get a sticker in every box. So I've got 4 of the damn things. So look out for the Tough Dog stickers. You also get in each box one of these, which is a record card. So you put your rim size in, which is 16. And then you measure from the top of the rim to the bottom of the wheel arch, and you enter them in here. The springs are not fitted, so that's scored out. And then after you've fitted them, you measure them again, and it tells you if there's any improvement. So because we're not fitting springs, I don't think that's relevant. But anyway, it is what it is. So we will measure it just to say that we've done that. And we will see if there's a difference. So now I've got these. Hopefully we'll be doing the video this week. If I'm off sick, I can do the video. If I need to wait till the weekend, I will. But either way, you'll be getting to see it soon. Now there's another slight problem with me uploading at the moment because we had our internet connection upgraded. We've now got fibre to the house. We had fibre to the street and it had copper in the house, but now we've got fibre to the house. And it worked a treat over the weekend and Monday and Tuesday. But today, somebody at NBN has switched off the wrong system. So what they did was they're supposed to switch off the node in the street, and what they've done is they've switched off the NBN to the house. So we're on 4G, and that's got a limited amount of data we can use. So who knows what's going to happen. So I might be a bit delayed in uploading the video. This is a bit of an issue, but we'll overcome it. We should be back online maybe tomorrow or the day after. Somebody's calling me tomorrow, so hopefully it'll get resolved. Once that's done, I'll upload the video. I've got to go out tomorrow to the doctors to get a certificate of capacity. And then I've got to go to the podiatrist in the afternoon. So if at all, it won't be tomorrow. It'll be Friday. maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. We'll see how we go. But they shouldn't take much fitting. Rob told me that when he bought his Bilsteins, that he had trouble with the front shocks. He couldn't compress them down, but you'll notice that those shocks will compress. So I shouldn't have the same problem. We should be good to go. And they're easy. I mean, 8 bolts and they're fitted. In fact, 6 bolts and 2 nuts and they're fitted. And there shouldn't be that much of an issue because they're not in the middle of the springs. They're separate. You know, they're separate to the springs. So they shouldn't be that hard to fit. I'll get these fitted. I'll upload this video. I'll give it a go. Try and get this up there tonight. And I'll see you on Thursday or Friday. I'll see you on Friday or Saturday with the fitting video, and then we'll take them out for a drive and see what they're like. Okay? Thanks for watching. See you Friday.